Good evening, dear friends. Since yesterday, there has been a lot of news about tableghijamat. There is a propaganda, a false narrative, and a phobia that is being created around this Nizamuddin, the center place of the tableghijamat, and the kind of narrative that is being developed as though these people are the cause of spread of COVID-19 and the Muslims are not cooperating and the Muslims are a cause of spread of this disease, and this tableghijamat is having a congregation of around 1,000 people when the orders are in place that people should not gather together, there should be no congregation. So at this point of time, I would like to put up some correct facts and figures, what had really happened and how the people came together at the tabligh markaz. Most of the people don't know this Jamaat, but this Jamaat is a group of people who travel from one place to other in congregation, in Jamaats, and they teach Islam, they preach Islam, and they learn Islam, and they are humble people who are traveling from villages to villages, from cities to cities, and they have this masjid or a center place in Nizamuddin, New Delhi. When the lockdown was announced on 22nd March, many people who were trapped in the nearby area, they started reaching the masjid, this markaz, which is the center place of this organization. As the number of people were more than 1,000 who had reached to this place, and they were from different states across India, the head of this organization contacted the police officials, the government officials, and sought help to send back these people back to their places. For this, they wrote a letter and they gave a list of the vehicle numbers which they wanted a pass for, so that they can travel during this curfew back to their native places. And for the past 1 week, the organization officials, the heads, have been continuously cooperating with the health authorities as well as the government officials to relocate the people and send the people back to their native places. Now, 6 people who have returned have died due to COVID-19 in Telangana state. Now, this news from Telangana has added fuel to the fire. Already in the media, there was a negative narrative about this Jamaat and the people who are lodged there. Even though the people who are staying were only there because they could not go back home, there was no congregation over there. As people are stranded in the bus stops, people are stranded across the state borders, there are people from Bihar, from UP, who are walking hundreds of kilometers just to go back to their home. So everyone is facing a difficulty, and the people who were trapped here, stranded here, or were also facing difficulties, and they were looking out for ways to return back to their home. They have not disobeyed any government guidelines. They have not organized any event after 22nd March. They were there only they were taking the masjid as a shelter. They were not hiding from any people. And they were just looking out for ways how they can reach back to their places. Now, this false propaganda that the people were hiding, then there was a congregation, it's nothing but a baseless, false, it's a lie. It's totally untrue. At this point of time, when the entire world is fighting COVID-19 with human values, humanity, and the doctors are in the forefront and they are struggling hard because this disease is not seeing which religion, which race, and which country. It's a pandemic, it's affecting all the countries, and everyone is together against this fight. So Muslims of India are also regularly cooperating with the government officials, following all the government orders and creating an awareness in the masses about the advisories issued by the government, so that everyone works together to handle this crisis of COVID-19. At this point of time, targeting one Muslim community, which is just 15% of the total population of this country, and branding Muslims as not following the rules as the reason and cause of spread of COVID-19 is totally wrong, and this should be avoided. I would like to quote the example of the recent event that had taken place in America. In America, as you all know, America is fighting COVID-19 and the people there are desperate how to come out of this crisis. Now people organized a meeting, the white people called the black people, and there was a gathering where there was a public apology to the black people, because the white people had this racist mind, considering themselves supremacists. Now at the time of COVID-19 crisis, they just hugged their black people and they just said, we are sorry, we seek your apology. So this is what is happening in other countries. At this point of time, can we afford to divide the society on religious grounds? Can we afford to polarize? Can we afford to fight amongst each other, fight on the basis of religion, when we have poverty, when we have such a low economic growth? Can we afford to be fighting on the religious grounds? Be it Muslim, Christian, Sikh, anyone, we are all citizens of this country. We all have to fight this COVID-19, which is just at the doorstep. The next 2 months are going to be very challenging for us. We have to hold each other together. We have to cooperate with each other. We cannot afford to defame each other. We will be needing each other in this time of crisis. We can help each other. We can cooperate with each other. We can become strength of each other. We have to develop communal harmony. We cannot afford to fight amongst ourselves. We cannot afford a polarization in the community, in the society. We cannot afford to fight amongst ourselves. I appeal to all the citizens who love our country, India, who love our nation. Please come forward and fight this media propaganda. Please come forward and preach and teach communal harmony in this time, where either we will win over the situation or we will succumb to the situation. We have to win. We must win. Let us all together strive to win and come out of this situation. I pray to God to help all of us, and let there be peace, let there be communal harmony, and let us fight together.
حقنا گر حق نما پیش را اے حبیب خدا